What do you say we get back to work and mount the latch on the screen door that it goes on, and maybe we can keep those cats inside where they belong. So our latch is going to go right up here, and there's just enough room for this back plate between the door jamb and the edge of the door frame, so that came out just right. And we'll drill a hole into the jamb for the bolt to slide into. The first thing I'm going to do is just make a square line across so I know where this sits. And I hope my head isn't right in the way of the camera. I'm going to mark my screw holes. I've got a board clamped up on here so that I can drill through without too much worry of splintering. Put a second screw in, and then I can mark the slot through here. I'll do most of this with a drill. And then finish it up with a chisel. I want this slot to be just a little bit oversized. Last thing I want is for that slider to drag on the wood and be harder to operate. Unless, of course, the cat figures out how to pull the slide bolt. Okay, let me go to the other side. Of course, I didn't even completely break through here. I don't mind installing my own work on my own house, but I really don't like doing installs for other people, so I don't offer that service in the blacksmith shop. It does open more doors if you're willing to do installs for other people, but I'd rather them hire a contractor that's insured for that, and then I don't have to worry about it. Make sure you don't chisel all the way out the other side of the door, because you can still split that. If you really want to be able to screw this up fast, you could use a router. But I'd rather have the control of a chisel. Might be a good place for that Dremel tool we were talking about the other day. Get in there with a little bit and sand. It's pretty good on this side. Let's go back to the other side of the door again. Luckily, the little bit of splintering I'm going to get on the surface of the door will be completely covered by the back plate. but I'd still like to avoid it if I can. Okay, that moves quite nicely now. So I'm going to put the inner back plate on the back side of the door. Attach the front, because it doesn't actually have to have the bolt in it at this point, but since it's there, hope all my screw holes line up like they're supposed to. If you drill a little off center, it can be hard to get all the holes to line up right. So I drill a little oversize and hope that they all work. And now we just have to line this up. I know it should be in there somewhere, and it works from the inside. It'll take a little wearing in, and just a little bit of drag, but I don't think that'll be a problem, and a month from now it really shouldn't be a problem. So now the bolt needs a hole to go into. I'm going to just mark around that with a silver pencil. Hopefully I can drill in the center of that. I'm going to drill that with a bit that's just a little bit oversized. That should be deep enough for our bolt, but let's make sure. Doesn't quite make it. I think I'll go to a little bit larger bit. So does that work? It does. Goes right in. And I can work it from the inside just fine. Now, unfortunately, my little strike plate that I made for this hangs over the inside of the door jamb just by about 1/8 of an inch. So I think I'm going to go make another version of this that just has a screw top and bottom instead of 4 screws. Doesn't need that many anyways, it's just there to keep the wood from wearing out. So I'll go make a second one of these and we'll be right back. Well, let's see if this will fit now. That's going to be just perfect. So we've got our new strike plate. I'm going to line it up at the hole in the wood. I'm going to put some screw holes in and just hold this in place temporarily. By the way, that's a self-centering drill bit. It's kind of spring-loaded, fits in the countersink of the hole for the screw, and guarantees your hole lines up right. I think you can get those at woodworking suppliers. I don't know if you can at home centers or not, but maybe. But it's just a little spring-loaded thing, and the drill sticks out the middle when you push on it. Really handy for installing hardware. Now you could just make this surface mounted, but my sizes don't allow for that. The plate won't clear the bolt on the surface of the door. So I'm going to scribe in here. This is where a left-handed marking knife would be handy, but if you just tip them up so the bevel lines up. I'm going to scribe that good and deep so it doesn't splinter. This is pretty much the same technique you use for installing any kind of little hardware item. There again, some of you are thinking, I'll just use my router, and if you've got the right guides and jigs, you certainly could. I think it's faster to do this than it is to get the router out, get it set up, then tear it down, put it away. But however you want to do it. Well, that completes that job. I hope you have time in your day to get out to your shop, but stay safe, wear your safety glasses. We'll see you for the next one.